If the car lot looks like a house or an old church house, run far, far, far away. I'm here today to talk about the steps that you need in order to buy a car comfortably and to be very happy with your purchase. I just bought a car and I bought one out of impulse. And to say without saying all my business, I am in the, let's just say, restorative stage of my credit score. I ended up buying a car at a car lot, and I wanted to just help the next person who's ever buying a car, that they don't go through what I went through, because I bought a car off of impulse. Hey everybody, I'm Samil. If you are new here, old here, been here, I make videos about information. That's all I can say. It's just information. I'm not an expert. And I do want to go ahead and preface this video by saying this is for a person that is buying a used car. Not too much on the new car scale and at like dealerships. I've had one of those before, but with the situation that I'm in currently, I went ahead and went to a car lot. So with that being said, and I don't want to talk too much, let's go ahead and get into the steps you want to take to have a confident and positive car buying experience. Number one, know your credit score. Know where you stand on the credit score spectrum. If you are above 650, hell, even 620, and that's stretching it, I would say go ahead and go to a car dealership. Do not even bother with the small time buy here, pay here lots. Just don't do it. Your credit is good enough. You worked hard on it, or you might have just had a good score to go ahead and go to the car dealerships. Leave those car lots alone. And like I said before, this is for my people that have been in a bind. Maybe they lost their job. Maybe, they have been in other financial ruins, to say, well, I need a car, but I know that I can't get traditionally approved, maybe through a car dealership. With that being said, if you are still wanting to buy a car, whether it's through a car lot or a car dealership, I would recommend to go to your bank, because you've established a relationship with them, to find out what you can get approved for a car loan. I say that because, and we'll get deeper into that later, when you go to a car lot or when you go to a dealership, they are going to shop your credit around, especially if it's not the best, especially if it's not over a 620. Some car lots or dealerships know that if you have a 620 and above, they know exactly what lender to go to. But if you are at the 620 below, then they're going to shop it around. And then that's going to lead to deduction in your credit score. So if you can go in there already prepared with a car loan established with a bank or with your credit union, I would say go ahead and do so. No matter what anybody tells you, get approved with your bank first before taking your credit score, your virgin credit score, or your messed up credit score to any car lot or any car dealership, so they can deduct points off of there. Number two, and I'm gonna lose the numbers, so if you want to keep up in the comments, I appreciate it. But number two is know your options when paying for a car. So it was so ironic because I had just bought this car and I see a video from At the Table with AO.
We research, and we got to make informed decisions when it comes to buying a vehicle. We can't let the flashy ads, pay as low as $99, $199 a month. No. We're going to talk about that today as well. Because here's the truth. I used to be a car salesman, and I didn't care nothing about you. Can I be real with you? I didn't care nothing about you at all. I was thinking about my home, my family, and I would do whatever I had to do legally to get you to sell the car.
And I watch him sometimes. He did a video about buying a car. And I believe that the video that he did was more so towards people who are in better credit situations, maybe better financial situations, which is not bad. Everybody needs a video or some type of instruction, no matter where they are in their life. So, like I said, this video is for my people that are just like, okay, I need a car. I don't have the best situation. I'm trying to repair it, and I need something reliable to get back and forth to work. Know your options when buying a car. So there's three. There's leasing, there's financing, and there's buying the car outright. If you decide that you want to finance the car, there again, that goes back to your credit score. What will the banks approve you for? Can they approve you for, depending on your score, can they approve you for something with a low APR, which is the annual percentage rate that the finance company charges in order for you to have the loan? And you do want to get on the lower scale. That's why you see commercials or you see, banners at your bank that says low APR, 3%. If you get below 5%, like I said, I'm not an expert, but if you get below a 5%, you are winning when it comes to buying a car or buying anything that's going to have interest on it. Because it's just like you take out a loan, the bank is going to charge you for taking out that loan over the course of time. So if you can get a lower interest rate, then that means that's going to lower your payments, and that's less that you have to pay down the road. Financing, like I say, you want to know where your credit is in order to know if you're going to get a good finance deal. Leasing, I don't know too much about because I've never done it. I've never had the pleasure of leasing a car. But from what I understand is that you get the car and it's like you're renting. So that car will never be yours. You're renting the car. You pay a lower note or a lower rental rate, basically. And you have it for a certain amount of time before you can go back and maybe trade it in for another lease. And these are mostly on newer, like very newer cars because the mileage is low. Speaking of mileage, when you lease a car, there is a mileage cap. More times than not, there's a mileage cap because they want that mileage to stay at a certain point so that it can be leased out or financed or sold with a lower mileage. I mean, that's a selling point for most people, is having low miles on the car. Next is buying the car cash. If you can buy the car cash that you want, if you can go and pick out a car and say, I have cash to buy, kudos to you. Oh my God, I'm jealous. That's a wonderful thing. I'm just going to say that. And I'm not saying going and buying $1,000 car cash. We're talking about like cars that's over 10 grand or so. If you go ahead and buy a car cash, a lot of dealerships don't like that. Reason being is because they actually get a percentage off of the finance, the loan. So, and we'll probably touch on that a little bit later too. Car dealers do not want you to bring your own loan from the bank. They want to be able to have a partnership with other loan companies, and that way they're able to make money off of that loan. So again, your three options is to finance, lease, buy the car cash. And like I said, we will get into that a little bit later if you are deciding to buy the car cash. Number 3, know your budget. This video is going to be long. I already see I'm on like 11 minutes and I'm just at number 3. But anything informational, it can't be rushed, and you just got to know your information. You don't want to get screwed going to these car lots. Know your budget. You find a car, you see a car, or let's just say you don't even see a car. You just know, okay, I don't want to pay no more than $15,000 for a car. Keep that in your head. Don't go to the car dealership, don't go to the car lot and tell them, hey, I want to pay no more than $15,000, because you're going to end up paying more than $15,000. If you have $15,000 in your brain that you want to pay for a car, just know you're going to be paying more, because we haven't even talked about the financing for the car. So when you decide that you want a car, $15,000, okay. Now I know that there's going to be a little bit more, depending on your credit, that is going to be added to the amount of the car, because it has to get financed if you decide to take the finance route. So know your budget and stick with it. When you go to the car dealership, car lot, stick with your budget. Do not go over budget if you don't have to. Because when you go to the car dealership, they're going to talk you to buying a $20,000 car when you said already in your head you want 15. Number 4, pick your car. You can go to a car lot and find a car that is going to have everything that you want. You're going to go to a dealership, find a car that has everything that you want. But sit down with yourself and decide on a piece of paper my needs versus my wants. And I know that a lot of people, we need a car, especially when one goes out, okay? But if you feel it in your heart that, yeah, I'm gonna need a car soon, let me go ahead and write this down. My needs versus my wants, okay? I need leather seats. But some people, they need leather seats. I want a sunroof. I need a car that's red. I heard that insurance companies do charge more when the car is red. I'm just saying. I need a car that's red. But I can take a car that's gray if it has what I want or what I need in there, basically. Make a list of the things that you need and the things that you want. And if you want, take that list with you. Stick with your needs, because you have to stick with this car for 3 to 4, 5 years, whatever. So stick with your needs. And if you can wiggle or have a little bit of wiggle room, you can go to your wants. Also, when you are doing your car research, always look at the Carfax, grab the VIN number. You found a car, grab the VIN number, look at the Carfax. Under or in the Carfax, there is a stock number. Ding, ding, ding. Come on in here. There's a stock number. If the stock number begins with a P, that means the car was purchased, meaning it could possibly be purchased from an auction. If you see a stock number and it ends with A, that means that the car was traded in. So watch out for those two. Normally when the car lots get the cars from auction, they are selling those cars as is. They're not doing any type of maintenance. They're just polishing it up and putting a Band-Aid on it and sending it on out. So just remember, P is for a purchase car, A is for a trade-in. Let's talk about insurance real quick. I don't know what I was thinking when I left this part out. So when I say that you want to make sure that you found your car, make sure that you have the VIN number so that you can plug it into the insurance company's website, or you can give it to the agent. When you give it to the agent and online, make sure that they run your motor vehicle report so that you can get the most accurate quote on the car that you're looking for. So again, with the research, knowing how much you're going to spend in insurance each month will also be a factor when buying a car. Now back to the video. This is where we get into the dealership versus car lot. And I had a hefty, handy tool of ChatGPT to help me out. So let's go ahead and go over to the screen and take a look at the differences. Now that you know the differences between the car lot and the car dealership, I want you to go ahead and hit that like button. I know you may not know, or let me say this, you may know this information, but there may be somebody out there that really needs this information and they're about to buy one of the biggest purchases in their life and they may need some help. So go ahead and hit that like button so that this circulates to the right people. Now, let's go ahead and get into the buying the car experience. We've collected our data, we've done our research, we know our credit. Now we are ready to buy the car. I forgot what number I'm on, so we're not even gonna go with the numbers anymore. So I don't know if you've ever heard this, but buying a car at the end of the month is the best time to buy. Why? They are, when I say they, the dealership, sometimes the car lot. And this is something else. If you all want me to make a separate video in the comments about my horrible car buying experience with the car lot, go ahead and drop horrible in the comment section. Getting back. So, buying a car at the end of the month, some dealerships, a lot of times dealerships are able to wiggle those prices around because they need that sale that goes into their monthly numbers about how good the car dealership is doing, or the car lot even. So if you can wait till the end of the month, I'm gonna say around the 25th or after, they're really needing your business. They really do. So, you go there the 15th and they're like, well, no, we can't do this deal for this car. Maybe we could take your information if anything changed. You get a call on the 22nd. Well, I talked to my sales manager and we can kind of work up a deal. I'm like, no, I think I've seen something somewhere else where I might go. But thank you so much for reaching out to me. The 25th. Hey, that deal that you said, I think we can make that happen. You want to come on down and test drive and blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's see what we're talking about. Next, talk slow and listen. Make sure if you don't listen to anything else in your life, listen to the car salesman and what he's about to tell you about the car, the price, because they talk fast. They know about these cars. They know numbers sometimes, but they know how to sell. And you're coming in there, kind of green, and you're just like, I want this car. But just listen, take it in. Don't just take what they say. Just take it in, listen, ask questions. If you have questions before you go, write them down. Remember to, again, ask questions. And if this information is valuable to you, I also want you to put in the comments if you would like for me to create a checklist for you that you could take with you when buying your next car. Also, I forgot to mention, remember your non-negotiables. Remember that, okay, I don't want a car over, $15,000 including the financing. I don't want a car over $20,000 including the financing. I don't want to pay for a car more than 48 months. So remember also your non-negotiables when talking to the car sales. This is a big one. Bring a buddy. Bring a buddy, bring a parent, bring a trusted friend, bring your significant other. Don't go to that car lot by yourself. They're going to talk you into something. They're going to talk you into everything, the bells, the whistles, and still keep you at, let's say, a car note. You said, I don't want anything over $500 a month. They're going to keep you into something. I don't even think cars are selling for $500 or less on new cars like that. But anyway, you don't want a car note over $500 a month. They can sell you the bells and whistles, but you'll be paying for that car for 7 years. If that's what you want. Models change, I think, every 10 years, I think. So if you're wanting to change cars, just remember, this is a car that's going to stick with you for a while. So, of course, like a wise person always said, buy what you want, because you are the one that is going to have to use it and see it and be around it every day. But just remember, your non-negotiables, bring a friend, bring a buddy who can be your like accountability partner to say, hey, that's not what you said you wanted. You wanted to keep your price under this. It's not what you want to pay. Well, hold on. What's this on the contract? What's that on the contract? Nothing is bound to you before you sign it. So it's okay to ask those questions. It's all right to ask those questions about price, about what fee is this, what fee is that. Do I need an extended warranty? Do those questions. I'm sorry. Do that. I can't talk. Do that research before on newer cars. On a newer car, I would say skip the extended warranty. You're probably not gonna need it, but that's just me. Sometimes things happen that are unforeseen, but that accountability partner will keep you in place and also be there as to show, hey, that somebody does care about this person. Let me not try to railroad them with all the fees I'm about to put in their contract. Test drive the car. And I want to put an emphasis on test drive the car if you're buying from a car lot or buying as they say, secondhand, a used car. I mean, when you test drive that car and they say you could test drive, put it on the highway, check your mirrors, check the doors, make sure all the doors open, make sure the trunk open, make sure the rearview mirror is not hanging off or about to come off. Check the air, check the heat. If you know how to look up under the hood, check that. I don't know, so I didn't know what to look for. Make sure the handles on the seats work when you're trying to recline it or adjust it to your seating style. Check the lights, make sure they're bright. Check the high beams, make sure they work. Check the horn. I mean, anything that you know that you're going to use on a daily basis, check it. Check the windows, make sure all of them go down. Check the radio. Is the radio loud enough for you? Some of us like to be on the way to work and like to be jamming, they want that boop de boop boop boop. You check everything before you sign for that car. I found a video on TikTok about a young man going to a car dealership and he's buying a car. I think it's a Charger Scat Pack. I think that's how you say it. And when he went to look at the contract, there were so many, and I don't want to exaggerate, but there were hidden fees that you didn't even think of that the car dealerships will put on there, such as, I think it's like it was like a air freshener charge, but it was classified as something else. I'm gonna stop talking. Let's take a look at the video.
This is hands down one of the most absurd dealership scam attempts I've ever seen in my life. And his expression right here speaks volumes. So this gentleman right here, who goes by Hood Rich Credit, made a vlog about him going with his friend who wanted to trade in his 392 for a Hellcat. The Hellcat has 15,000 miles on it, and it was listed for $57,000 on their website. But once they got their financing offer, then they had tacked on fees that brought the car to over $72,000. Let's hear what the salesman has to say about this. About the Tropical Advantage plan, the extra fee. So yeah, that's something it says on every page of our website that we add to every new and used car that we sell. Vehicle inspection 1.1. used vehicle reconditioned with 2.7. Right, that's the cost that they spent to repair it. And they get paid for it. And he didn't even ask them about that $3,000 finance charge. Like, this is just ridiculous. Like, stay safe out here, guys. Jeez.
My one takeaway for people that are buying a car at a car lot or even a car dealership: if you can pay it off before the term, do it. You do not want to pay all of that interest. My goal is to have the car maybe a year, and this is my accountability, to have the car and pay for it a year. And then after that, I want to be done paying it, so I do want to pay it off. If you have extra money, you hear people all the time, I'm putting extra money towards my car note, I want to pay it off early. That's because they don't want to pay all of that interest. And I don't advise you do that either. And another great tip is if you're paying cash, again, the dealerships want you to stay within that contract for at least 90 days. I say do what's best for you. If you can pay that car off before the 90 days, or if you could pay that car off as soon as you get your welcome letter and paperwork, go ahead and pay that car off. That is what's working for you, not the dealership. We're not working for the dealership or the car lot. You are working to make the best decision for you. I'm not going to keep going. I want you to come back and be with me while I talk about buying in these vans for side hustles. I'll see you. Bye.